We all right now. Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Duke Knowledge Radio. Place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born a Lie. And we here with the man, the myth, the legend, a panther in every sense of the word. You know, there are a lot of people that are out here that may flock to a particular ideology or revolutionary vanguard type of situation for a myriad of reasons. Mainly they come down to a few. They want to make a difference. They want to be seen, or they just curious. So this is not the brother that's not that he ain't in any of them categories. There's the one who live it, one who breathe it, and one who walk in it. You see what I'm saying? So without any further ado, let's welcome my big brother to the show, man.
Race
Comrade
first, family, Black Power.
Jabari Shaw in the building, man. Black Power. Welcome to the platform. How you feeling, Conrad?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling good, man. It's August, you know what I'm saying? The month of Messiah, man, Black August. So, we celebrating by getting some revolutionary action in. We just got through feeding the people out there and yelling Jonathan Jackson's name, you know what I'm saying? And we believe we say the ancestors' names, you know what I mean? They live on, we can't just let them die,
Right,
Yes, sir.
right. So you got an extensive story. So I want to get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? I need the family to hear your story and to hear who you are. Like, I should have just said a true solid dad brother for those who know. You understand what I'm saying? And just went like that. So, I'm gonna hand the platform over to you, and you know, you could talk to the people, man, and kind of let them know your journey in this revolutionary struggle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, growing up, we never thought of ourselves as revolutionaries, but you know what I'm saying? We gravitated to us, you know what I mean? Even as a criminal, you know what I mean? We wasn't robbing black people, you know what I mean? But I always loved Tupac, you know what I'm saying? In junior high school, whatever musician or entertainers that you respect in, that's kind of who you gonna be for the rest of your life. You won't even like no other music after that. You like, there's no rapper after Tupac. They might as well quit. So you know what I'm saying? I knew that Tupac was deeply rooted with the Black Panther Party and everything. And you know what I'm saying? So you have to study to figure out where things come from. So as you go into the Pac, and his mama was with the party, and then the party started because of Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? And then Malcolm X father was a Garveyite. So it was like when the movie Black Panther came out and everybody from school districts went to it and it was a big thing. Wakanda. When I was 12, Malcolm X came out. You know what I mean? And so my sixth grade class was competing with other sixth grade classes on who could read it the fastest. And you know what I mean? And the whole school district, Oakland, shut down and everybody went to go see the movie Malcolm X. So it was like at that time I was like, man, I want to be Muslim. I didn't know no Muslims, didn't know nothing about Islam or nothing like that. But I felt like, you know what I'm saying, changing your name and changing your religion was the way to get things to change. You know what I'm saying? But you know how it is out here. The the what they call it, the playground, the prison pipeline. So, growing up with a name like Jabari, I was always, you know what I'm saying, outcasted, you know what I'm saying, teachers messing up my name, you know, um, you know, it even got so bad to in junior high school, I came in, they had scientists' names on the wall, and I said, I'm gonna do my grandfather, Earl Shaw. And the woman clowned me, dragged me out the classroom, told me that couldn't possibly be my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? And I got a DHP, but I came back. They let me back into the school because he was actually my grandfather, and I brought in all kind of paperwork about him. And so they wanted me to bring my grandfather to the school and stuff. And it's just crazy. It's like you can't belong to nothing to people, even black people out here. So it just really had me discouraged with school and all of that. So, you know what I mean? By the time I turned 18, I was running in and out of jails or whatnot. I always loved reading though. So I read the Donald Goines, and the I didn't know at this time that these Donald Goines stories, you know what I'm saying, Kenyatta Revenge and all of that. I didn't know that Detroit Red and Chicago the Red Foxes was, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm and they stories from when they grew up. So it was like I was being indoctrinated without even knowing it. You know what I'm saying at the time. And, another beautiful thing I forgot to mention when I was 12, you know what I'm saying, around the time that I read the autobiography of Malcolm X, my grandfather took me to see Nelson Mandela speak. And this is the first time I got a dashiki. You know what I'm saying? It was like tie-dye, indigo. And he came to Oakland Coliseum because the ILWU, the union out here, the ship workers did a lot of things for him to get him free. So, like, at this time, you know, I'm 12. I don't know who Nelson Mandela is. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about baseball. But, I mean, you know, these things later on put long lasting impressions on me. Just being named Jabari Ali, just being a black man in America, you know what I'm saying, trying to make it. So yeah, the fast forward, you know what I'm saying? That's yeah, man. It's my life, man. It's my story. Yeah, I can tell it how I want to. But yeah, I get a little mixed up where I'm trying to go to with it. I don't want to be glamorizing, you know, none of my negative things in the past. But I did
Hey, it
go
is
through
what it
those.
is. It's your story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's your story. These are the things that make you you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you good. Take your time and speak your piece, my man. It's good. It's all good.
that's what's up. Yeah, because they was mostly crimes of poverty, you know what I'm saying? We just all trying to eat, you know what I mean? But growing up, you know, in the hood, in the area called the Lower Bottoms, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know then. That's where Huey was from, you know what I'm saying? And like any alcoholic, anybody would tell you, this where Huey got killed at. This where so these are the stories that we grew up with, you know what I'm saying? Junior high school and the Liberty Hall was right in the neighborhood. So the UNIA had the Liberty Hall since 1922. Then Father Divine got it in like 33 to 50 or something like that. Then the Panthers ran programs out of it. It wasn't a headquarters, but they ran programs out of it and everything. Actually, Huey got killed 2 blocks away from the Liberty Hall in Oakland. You know what I mean? So but yeah, when I got released in 2005 is at the same time they was getting ready to execute Stanley Tukey Williams. So brothers went on a hunger strike. And if you know anything about a hunger strike, it's not like you could just sit in your cell and don't eat. You know what I'm saying? You have to go all the way out there, you know what I'm saying, to the cafeteria, get your food, you know what I'm saying, and then not eat it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the police is, you know what I'm saying, trying to intimidate you and everything. It's not just like a peaceful, you know what I'm saying, solitary thing. But I was noticing all of this was going on. You know what I'm saying? We had been into 2 riots. The Mexicans had attacked us twice. You know what I'm saying? And then some whites and Serranios that attacked the blacks in Carson. So I had been in the hole. I did 26 days in the hole. You know what I mean? With time to think and everything. They gave me this package like, when were you the most happy in life? You know what I mean? Trying to encourage us to get back to the moment so that we could kind of rehabilitate. You know what I mean? And I was thinking the happiest times in my life was them times that I was with my grandmother, and you know what I'm saying, and listening to great speakers and learning about Africa. You know what I'm saying? And so like what should have broke me kind of indoctrinated me. You know what I'm saying? I started taking college courses there, you know what I'm saying? Because at San Quentin, they could let you take college courses or whatnot up to an AA. So when I got out of San Quentin, I went straight to Laney College. You know what I mean? And when I got into Laney, they had a club called Club Knowledge up there. You know what I mean? And they was like, deep funk of the B.S.U at the time. The Black Student Union wasn't revolutionary enough for them. You know what I mean? So they started a club called Club Knowledge after what Malcolm had started back in the day. You know what I mean? So just
Conrad,
learning.
you said you was in San Quentin.
Yeah, '05. That's the year that they executed Stanley Tukey Williams. So and you
You
know what I
can't skip past that, Conrad. You can't skip past that because
yeah,
you know,
that's where Conrad George was
right,
assassinated at. Yeah,
right.
and just looking at them pigs on them towers, man, with you know what I'm saying, with ARs, just yeah. And even the riots, you know what I'm saying? They know we was
Right,
outnumbered, you know what I'm saying? They let us get attacked. They knew that the riot was coming, you know what I'm saying? And these
right.
Mexicans got long gladiator knives, though, that they running at us with. Like, this ain't no paper mache, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't realize the racism really existed no more until I went to prison. You know what I'm saying? You get up in there thinking the white boy was your partner because he from Oakland, and then you sit down and he can't take a piece of cake from you. I'm like, I got a toothache, I don't want it. You can have it. Hey, you better not take that. So like my white boy partner had to roll up and say he was the other. You know what I'm saying? Like on some on some weird stuff. And then so like for real, to see racism, you stand in the line all together, but when you get up to get your food, white folks go to this to get served on this side, black people get served on this side. You know what I'm saying? It's race politics. It's crazy. So I mean, and then to come back on the streets and look at them again, like, man, y'all the same ones that I was just locked up with that was just politicking, trying to attack black people. So it's like it was no going back. It was no going back. And to think that Comrade George, they gave him a year there, year to life. You know what I'm saying? I think what he did, 14 before they set him up. You know what I mean? If anybody know anything about the story, they think that Angela Davis came in with a 45 in her afro, took it and handed it to him. He hid it in his afro, and on his way back, you know what I'm saying, to get locked up, it fell out his afro. Like, how racist is this? You know what I'm saying? And these are stories that they give us. And to think the San Quentin, like the oldest prison, you know what I'm saying, out here, and they still got people up in there. You know what I mean? So we just did a protest up there for against COVID at San Quentin last week. You know what I mean? Because people going in there for crimes of poverty and getting a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? So, but like it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? For them to execute Tukey like that, and then to make like people like Scott Peterson made him a celebrity. You know what I mean? Where people sending Scott Peterson the mail in and money, and you know what I'm saying? But Tukey might have could have stayed alive if he would have, when he came out with his book Blue Rage Black Redemption. He sent shots out to the Panther Party, you know what I'm saying? And they told him to retract them statements. And if you know what I'm saying, if he'd have retracted those statements, then something, you know what I'm saying, else might have happened. We don't know. But you know, it was torture. It was torture. I think they stuck him 4 or 5 times, you know what I'm saying? And he like, is it working? Is it working? You know what I'm saying? For him to go humbly like that, but it was torture, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they stuck him the first time, he didn't die, then, you know what I'm saying, y'all little law rules, y'all did what y'all said y'all was gonna do. It's a miracle. Let that man live. You know what I'm saying? He called the gang troops in 91. You know what I'm saying? He called the gang troops. You know what I mean? Yeah, I believe that was in 91. But you know what I mean? Just to think of it, man. But San Quentin was crazy, man. And then coming back and then being on the streets and, you know what I'm saying, picking up real books, being educated, it was like, man, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. So at Laney, being in the Black Student Union and, you know what I'm saying, the different organizations there, because they say Merritt College is home of the Panthers, and it is. But when they closed down Merritt College, you know what I'm saying, Merritt College was in the hood. They closed it down and they moved it up into the hills. So, you know what I'm saying? They'd be separated from the people. So a lot of the you know what I'm saying, the regular members and the volunteers of the Black Panther Party really went to Laney College. You know what I'm saying? It's right, it's local where everybody could get to in the community, you know what I'm saying, out of the 4 Peralta colleges. And so the Panthers would come and appeal to us all the time to do events there, you know what I mean? So like, you know, they would have to pay thousands of dollars to rent halls and everything. So you know what I mean? They would come appeal to like the B.S.U, you know, we want to do this event for the 41st anniversary. I believe it was the 41st anniversary when I first really started getting down with them, you know, around the time Richard Aoki, you know, murdered himself. But yeah, man, the knowledge was so deep, you know, getting into it, you know, because the Panthers had always been the enemy in my household. My grandmother must have had bad experiences, you know, with a turkey feed and people trying to steal all the food and riding down the street, turkeys falling out the back of the truck. My grandma didn't really like it. So I came home with a button one time, trying to think what year this was. This is the first year of the Malcolm X Jazz Festival in Oakland. But my grandmother was like, I hope you didn't give him my address. I knew for sure I gave him that address. I'm like, Mama, why would I give him the address? So, like, I mean, the Panther Party was like manhood. You know what I'm saying? We still wore leather coats, even though the Panthers was gone a long time ago. You know, you still hear the stories. You know what I'm saying? And with Tupac coming back, that was like it for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all knew we wanted to be Panthers. You know what I mean? It wasn't just me. You know what I mean? And when I was young, we used to wear these charms, African Bombada, and the Zulu Nation had these charms with Africa on it. We used to wear them in the X hat. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, hip hop got watered down, you know what I'm saying, with Death Certificate and NWA's albums and the stuff that they was talking about. It was weird. It was like to think it ain't no fun if the homies don't have none. Like we gonna all stand there and wait for him to get finished. There's too many women out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like the music started changing us and changing people up. You know what I mean? I witnessed my auntie and my cousin die right in front of me, and it drove me into drinking and everything. And even with my abuse, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, you know why they put the P in UEP Newton? You know what he was doing? Like, so it's just so many different levels of it. You know what I'm saying? Honoring the ancestors and just making excuses for the things that I was doing. But it wasn't until, because I mean, I worked on the prison things. Troy Davis, Kevin Cooper was supposed to be next in line after Stanley Tukey Williams. Actually, it was this other guy, white guy, that had killed his wife, and they decided to skip him. You know what I'm saying? To go to black people, and it just shows, you know what I'm saying, what the system is and what it was created to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, organizing in the schools, being in the B.S.Us, you know what I'm saying, being connected with real Black Panthers, you know what I'm saying. We had John Carlos come. I spoke on the panel with John Carlos. You know what I'm saying? So talking about 1968 and the Black Power movement. And so Black Power, we always been thinking about Black Power in the Black community. It's just they broke up the Black community. You know what I'm saying? So the community that I was in was so strong, it could be almost considered the Black Wall Street of the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Because it was 7th Street in Oakland. And this where all the Black people stayed at. They had it was called Harbor Housing or whatnot, where all the Black people stayed at. But down 7th Street was all the Black businesses. You feel me? And then so what they did was they broke up the Harbor House and they built up the projects and gentrified the people. You know what I'm saying? They tore down 100 houses and gentrified the people. But these, you know what I'm saying? The community still remember. You know what I'm saying? We all want to go back to that legacy. You know. Yeah, bro. I get caught up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Now you good. I need all of the story that you can
Yes.
provide. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
this is contextual and this is impactful. There's so many pockets in everything that you shared in regards to our timeline and our experience. So for the ones who know, especially at this time, this is the time. This is for the Warriors. This is something that our comrades started, you know what I'm saying, further behind enemy lines, you know,
Yes,
in
sir.
direct occupation. You see what I'm saying? So when we talking about Black August, when we talking about the Solidarity Brothers, when we talking about 2 days from Jonathan, you know, and we talking about 11 days from George, in between
Yes,
everything that
sir.
going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
a day after Dr. Mutulu Shakur. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so everything is working in that kind of line, and this is what Black August looked like. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm listening, you know, for everything because
Yes, sir.
this is the only time that Warriors get an acknowledgement. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you could put anybody in February. You know,
Yeah.
you put anybody in February. You can put anybody in October because Black History Month in October is for our brothers and sisters in the UK. You can put anybody. You got the rain. You can put the Rainbow Coalition. You could put snakes. You could put rats. You could put suckers. You could put all of them in between in February and October, but you can't do that shit in August.
Now that our butt.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, no, there's
Straight
no
up.
way in the world. Like it don't fit. You see what
And
I'm saying?
white folks knew how powerful August was in the first place, you know what I'm saying? Because they
Yeah.
named it after themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Augustus and whatnot, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because ain't no revolution happening in the wintertime, you know what I'm saying? We come
Right.
from warm climates, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you think we gonna be, you know what I'm saying, doing something in December, in January, February? No, nah. But yeah, back to my organizing at Atlantic College. I mean, it's a long list of people that I had come through. You know what I'm saying, and spoken
Yeah.
and everything. But you know, the point was when they killed Oscar. You know what I'm saying? That was the breaking point because I was on the island before they killed Oscar. I didn't notice so many people felt like I did. You know what I'm saying? And when they killed Oscar without nobody even calling for it, we just took the streets. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it was, man, it was mania out here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know about the situation with Oscar Grant. I don't think I have to go
Yeah.
into too many details. But in my student group, you know what I'm saying? We had
Did,
a
did bro do a good job? Just real quick in there. Did bro do a good job in regards to putting that out there? Uh, what's his name? Ryan Coogler. Did he do a good job in regards to depicting?
yeah, it's a couple parts, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the situation with him going to throw the weed out in the water? Like, you know what I'm saying? And little weird stuff that, yeah, like, all right, if you gonna stop smoking, stop smoking. Give it to
Yeah.
the homie. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? What you gonna go throw away good money and you got a bag?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, so like some stuff that, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? But the same thing with the Malcolm X movie. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really historically relevant, but it
Yeah.
made us dig into
That's
it. Panther,
yeah. That's just different. Yeah.
Panther wasn't historically relevant. You know what I'm saying? I'm still driving around looking for them places that they were talking about in the
Right.
movie. Like, but it made us study the party. You know what I'm saying? So, but with the thing with Oscar, so
You
they
talking
moved
about the
they moved the
'95
trial.
joint? It came out in '95, or the
I
one that
mean,
was recent?
the first one, the first
Yeah.
one that came
95.
out, you know what I'm saying? And even though, you know what I'm saying, Tarika Lewis has something to do with it, Marvin Van Peebles has something to do with it, and actually
Yeah.
some of the proceeds from that movie went to the Free Geronimo Pratt
Yeah.
fund. You know what I'm saying? But it was for entertainment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you want to learn how to do the Lenny hop, that's a, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, so it was mostly entertainment, and you got to understand that when we're watching movies, but it's sparking minds in the youth. You know what I mean? And movies like that, you know, spark. You know what I mean? Me too. So like, but we got to clear some of this stuff up nowadays too, though, because there's too much information out there. And if we don't get a hold to these books, they might just change them all. You know what I'm saying? It's some chapters missing on ebook, bro. I'm telling you. But yeah, man, they killed Oscar. We had a jar. If you say bad words, you know what I'm saying, the N word or the B word, you got to put $1 in there, man. So at the time when they moved the trial, you know what I'm saying, it was three brothers and a sister, man. And we decided we was going. And we pulled the money all out there, Hamburg jar, and drove out there, man. I'm telling you, bro, we was sleeping in hotels, but in the parking lot, in the car. You know what I'm saying? On the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? The comrade went to jail inside the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? And this one I became a Black Rider too. You know what I'm saying? Black Rider Liberation Party was out there. I was already connected with the Commemoration Committee for the Black Panther Party here, you know, up under Melvin Dixon. And it was like, you know, Panthers in LA, Panthers in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? My mind at the time was just so small. You know what I mean? So automatically, you know what I'm saying? Let's link up. You know what I mean? And of course, they felt the same way because this is where it started at. You know what I mean? And we honor and respect Bunchy. I don't think nobody could have been harder than Bunchy. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man, making them links and them connections, you know what I'm saying, across from across state, and yeah, that was it, that was it. But you know, this Pantherism, you know what I'm saying, this militarism, you know what I'm saying, they find it attractive, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, flock to it. You know what I mean? We was talking about legal carrying, you know what I'm saying, watch a pig, you know what I'm saying, and the legacy of the original party, because you know what I'm saying, that's what the party was doing, you know what I'm saying, monitoring pigs, you know what I'm saying. And so we out there putting work in, you know what I'm saying? A lot of families took advantage of us because they was going through stuff and they had us on their beck and call doing security for them and stuff. But you know what I mean? It's all in revolution and organizing, you know what I'm saying? We learn lessons and send our resources into better places. Because I say that because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? People turn on you at the while too. Like they loose with their lips, you know what I'm saying? They love you in your face. But then, you know what I'm saying, Black Riders Liberation Party ain't it when you ain't in their presence. You know what I'm saying? But I love all black people and I feel like we're gonna get them to their senses, you know what I'm saying, eventually, or else we're gonna have to, you know, be like Stokely Carmichael, you know what he said, take them all out back. But yeah, brother, yeah, man, this Pantherism, man, you know, I don't know. I don't like talking about me too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause it ain't about me. It's about we. You know what I'm saying? Collectively. You know what I mean? It's so I'm just setting an example. Instead of me preaching to somebody, I'd rather just go ahead, put the work in, you know what I'm saying? And if you're willing to do the work, you're going to do the work. You know what I'm saying? We could be autonomous factions all over the place, or we could be, you know what I'm saying, one could glamorize and put it together, but we got to do something, you know what I'm saying? Because it was only one George, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? I don't think I could be better than any of my forefathers. I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to keep on the same path, man, and push the legacy. Yeah. You still with me? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, man, I just stopped at like 2010. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Yeah, yeah. Man, get confused. And I've been in these books, man. It's Black August, you know what I'm saying? It's all about studying, it's all about fasting, you know what I mean? So
So give
yeah,
us like the breakdown, you know, on the real, like on the real Black August, because even we still got some facets in between. They got some commercialism going. It's slightly, you know what I'm saying? It's ever so slightly, but you see what they did with Juneteenth already. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
for the warriors that's out there, the inspiring warriors, you know what I'm saying? Let's take a moment and unpack Black August on the real.
yeah. I mean, Black August come from 1971 when George, you know what I'm saying, had his uprising. You know what I'm saying? They killed all the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Left one. Um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think with I'm trying to think of the brother's name, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But you know what I'm saying? So it actually started in 71. But then, you know what I'm saying, it kicked off in New York too the next year. So but the first Black August wasn't into 1979, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, man, it's been about the prison struggle and about what we go through, you know what I'm saying? Brothers fasting, studying, exercising, um, coming together collectively. So you got to understand, you know what I'm saying? So the background of it and why this was so important, you know what I'm saying? It go back to the original BGF, you know what I'm saying? New man, new woman, you know what I mean? So when you in prison, well, at that time, it was no protection for black people. You know what I'm saying? You could be attacked by prison guards. You could be attacked by the white folks. You know what I'm saying? And so they banded together, you know what I'm saying, for the people's protection. And that's what JAMA was about. That's what the BGF started for. And so when George Jackson had went to jail, he had already been on some Pantherism, you know what I'm saying? But when he had went to jail, he was seeing the attacks on the black people. And so he like, you know what I'm saying? He put his body in between a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, when black folks was being attacked. And so that's why he was so much of a threat. And that's why they didn't really want to let him go. That's why they had to assassinate him. So, you know what I'm saying? So you have to think about all of that in the what's going on with Black August now. So it did start in the prisons, you know what I'm saying, and then putting it together. But we recognize that August was a month of organizing, you know what I'm saying, since 1919 for the UNIA. You know what I mean? So Marcus Garvey and the UNIA had that the month of organizing for the conference. And so in 1920, was with the big conference, you know what I'm saying? And that's when they came with the Declaration of Rights for Negroes of the World. You know, they presented the flag to the American people. And you know, they was the Black Panther Party was black nationalists, you know what I'm saying, starting off, you know what I mean? Every time you look at Huey, he got the red, black, and green behind his head, you know what I'm saying? The brothers went to Algeria, you know what I'm saying? Pete O'Neill family went to Tanzania. So, you know what I mean? It was always that connection. But the brothers originally with the original Black August was recognizing, you know what I'm saying, all the things that had happened in August surrounding George Jackson, Jonathan Jackson, and Sensing in New York. But even the sister looked it back. This is an article out of Malcolm X Grassroots. The sister looked it back. It was like, wow, look at all these other things that happened in this month. This must be a month of revolution, you know what I'm saying, and resistance, you know what I'm saying? So you think about Nat Turner and his rebellion, you know what I'm saying? So August is the month that Marcus Garvey was born in and W.E.B. Du Bois died in. You can look at the calendar and every day almost of August. I think it's 4 days on the calendar. It's not something historical that happened in Black history. And so we got to tap into that. You know what I'm saying? And look at it. It's beautiful, man. You don't have to organize Black people right now. They out here. They out here, man. Black August. They try to take over Black August with hot August nights and whatnot, like a car show. Black people like cars. Take our minds off of, you know what I'm saying, organizing and everything. But you know what I'm saying? Black August been trying to be co-opted quite a few times, you know. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna prevail. We bringing it back. You know what I'm saying? I watched Donald Trump gonna try to say he made Black August famous too. Oh man. But yeah, man, that's why this Black August is so important to us because it's 100 years of the flag. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we just had 50 years of the Black Panther Party. You know what I mean? And 50 years before that, you know what I'm saying? It was man, it's like every 50 years something happens, you know, in the whirlwind, and we're ready for it to happen again. Yeah.
So now, kind of approaching this conference, you know what I'm saying? With all of your history, all of the legacy that's in your family that preceded you, and then you coming in that particular legacy at this, time coming on. What are some of the things you want to share with the people in regards to, you know, uh, your work, your life experiences, your family legacy, and then bringing it to, you know, being a true Garveyite because you in that definition. You see what I'm saying? So what can we expect from you on the 15th uh, in the green room?
Oh yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring it back. We trying to show you how everything connects, you know what I'm saying? Because people separating themselves right now. You know what I'm saying? We got about 20 different Black Panther factions right now. We got all these different people talking about they Pan Africanists, but we not having conferences. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to bring the people together. You know what I'm saying? We trying to encourage. But my message to the people is, you know what I'm saying? It's those that put their lives on the line, man. You got to support them, man. You got to support them because I was out there on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? And we shut down after they killed Michael Brown. We shut down the police station for 4.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Symbolically, it didn't change things, but we shut it down. So they had me in the newspapers and whatnot. So a couple weeks later, they run down on us. You know what I'm saying? They pull up in unmarked cars. It was FBI, U.S. Marshals. You know what I'm saying? It was three different. It was a joint task force. The chick that was driving thought gangbangers was coming and drove off. After about a 7 block chase, we crashed. And you know what I'm saying? I went to the hospital. My daughter's leg was broken 3 places. You know what I mean? And it kind of like put me back because I see that I could be touched. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm afraid of death. No revolutionary should be afraid of death, but just seeing it, you know what I'm saying, give you the jitters a little bit. So you know what I mean? And I was dealing with that and the community didn't really support me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking in my head, all these people I didn't fought for, you know what I'm saying? All these times we didn't did people getting evicted and we trying to stop them from getting evicted. All the homeless that I fed and all the programs that I spoke at and everything. And then now I'm hurt. I'm vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? My kid's mom won't let me see the kids. She ain't afraid. You know what I'm saying? Police and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they came down on me. It came down hard, you know what I'm saying? And then they try to say mistaken identity. And it was trippy because, you know what I'm saying? We connected. They go and hit the comrade a couple weeks after they hit me. They hit the comrade in Dallas and hit him on some extreme identity you know what I'm saying? Like, you too black? Like, they tried to get bruh for being too black. And I think that they didn't really wrap me up as much because I had, you know, a lot of white support. You know what I'm saying? I work with a lot of socialists, communists, and, you know what I'm saying? Organizing on school grounds, you know what I'm saying? You work with just about everybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody throwing a rock at that tank, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to fight with you, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got our own agenda though that we do have to pursue though. You know what I'm saying? Because they just don't, you know what I mean? The communists want to cut up Africa for themselves. The socialists, you know what I'm saying, help Kwame Nkrumah fall. You know what I'm saying? So if we ain't race first, if we ain't thinking about uniting across, you know what I'm saying, the lines, then these invisible lines that they made, these borders that they made, you know what I'm saying? Then we ain't talking about doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what this is about. Garvey is in the whirlwind, you know what I mean? 100 years only happened once, man, and we got to be on the right side of history. So what we gonna do is, 1920 is actually when the division started in Oakland. You know what I mean, at the UNIA. And so we're going to go back to where it all started at for us here in Oakland. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about this Declaration of Rights. We're going to salute the flag. We're going to go to the area where Huey P. Newton was assassinated at, pour libations to him. And then we're going to walk through what they call the Black Arts Movement Business District. It's so long, it just took me, I had to take a breath. The Black Arts Movement Business District. And that's, you know, something that started from Amiri Baraka, you know, back in the East Coast. And then, you know what I mean? Marvin X picked it up in the West Coast. They have a West Coast faction. Actually, Amiri Baraka was out here for some time, you know what I'm saying? And in the Black House, you know what I'm saying? So he used to do a lot of work in the Black House. If y'all don't know about the Black House, that's Elders Cleaver's establishment, where he did a lot of events from when the party first inception. And yeah, man. So yeah, we're gonna march through the Black Arts District and hit the lake, you know what I mean? And the lake is beautiful, there's black people out there. You don't really have to have business permits in the Black Arts Business District because that's something that they passed. And so it's a lot of folks out there, you know what I'm saying, trying to get their money, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go out there, take the march to them, try to patronize them and bring the knowledge to the people, you know what I mean? So and on the same day, I believe it's Nipsey Hussle birthday. So we're going to visit the Nipsey mural too, because you know what I mean? Before Nipsey got assassinated, he was on some real Garveyism, you know what I'm saying? And he was from Crenshaw. So you know what I'm saying? If y'all can't make that connection, you know what I'm saying, with Bunchy, you know what I mean? So when he started talking about buying different chains and having their own businesses, this is Garveyism. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they scared of the most because, you know, I think they say black people got $200 trillion in spending money. You know what I'm saying? If black people spent that with black people, then, you know what I'm saying, we wouldn't have no problems. You know what I'm saying? I remember John Henry Clark said one time, he was like, if black people could just produce their underwear, then we could employ 2/3 of our people. You know what I'm saying? That's what manufacturing, distribution, you know what I'm saying? The whole retail. So we got to start thinking like this. Every other race did it. You know what I mean? And I understand the Panthers was in some inclusive stuff. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what got them burnt too at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get back home, man. We got to think about future generations, man. Because if you don't own no land, they protested for concessions. You know what I'm saying? So what they did was get a lot of concessions. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get no land. That's what I mean by it. You know what I mean? Because if we don't own land, we're not free. That's the meaning of freedom. Owning land, you know what I'm saying? Being able to produce food for yourself and not take it from your enemy. And that's what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying? So coalitions ain't going to get it for us. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to split our interests with other people's interests. You know, so it ain't about no race hate or hate nobody else. It's about being raised first for self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, man. So this is gonna be a beautiful day. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like 100 years in the whirlwind. and some of the things that's happening right now that I didn't think was gonna happen in my lifetime. You know what I mean? You've been hearing the AU talking. They like, African, come home, scattered children across the diaspora, invest, come home, we want you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I've been taught all my whole life that the Africans didn't even like us from Africa. You know what I'm saying? I seen a brother doing a speech in the Gambia, and it looked like Alameda. It looked like the next city over. You know what I'm saying? When they told us they still living in huts, man. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Investing in Africa is like investing in yourself. And it ain't about just, you know what I'm saying, a couple of us, you know what I'm saying, everybody going. It's about us, you know what I'm saying, owning and controlling the land and so that the black man can have power all over the world. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm so excited about this day, man. I'm trying not to get none of my dates wrong. I'm trying not to misquote nothing. So I've been doing a lot of research, you know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, yeah, man. So like to go even back, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I even chartered in the UNIA, you know what I'm saying? Because I had gotten in a car crash and everything. My elder Ronald Freeman, you know what I'm saying? So he was a third generation Garveyite, you know what I'm saying? Black Panther Party from out of Detroit, but he was in the party up under Bunchy in LA, you know what I'm saying? His brother Roland also. And so everybody thought the UNIA was dead, you know what I'm saying? And so they became Panthers and pushed and pushed. And so when the Million Man March came, you know what I'm saying, that's when my elders joined the UNIA. So Elder Roland Freeman became president of a division in LA, and Ronald Freeman, Elder Freeman, became, was in the membership here. And so the Baba died in 2014. You know what I'm saying? He kept pushing at us. He's a Panther telling us, all he would talk about was Garvey, Fred, and Huey. Garvey, Fred, and Huey. You know what I'm saying? And he told us, man, we need to, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and charter. So really me chartering the UNIA was really in the memory, you know what I'm saying? So it's the Huey P. Newton, Ronald Roland Freeman division, you know what I'm saying? Recognizing the Pantherism in it, even if you look back to Garvey's speech when he was in jail, you know what I'm saying? In Atlanta, he said that, but I'm only the first Marcus Garvey. There'd be Cubs. It's Cubs in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? And so we believe that we them Cubs. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. If we don't make the connections today, then we're going to be scattered all over the place and we going to run ourselves crazy. We're not going to really get what we want. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's trying to bring it together, man. But yeah, and then August 17th is Garvey's birthday too. So we put it, the 15th, we put it right between, you know what I'm saying, the day that the flag was actually presented and Garvey's birthday, because this is Saturday, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful, man. And the thing, even with the COVID, you know what I mean? Black people is organizing more than ever, man. It might be a good thing that this happened. You know what I'm saying? Because linking up and talking to people that, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, otherwise. I've been brothers in Philly, brothers in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, Costa Rica, Kenya, you know what I'm saying? We had 11 divisions on the phone the other night. You know what I'm saying? With just about what y'all gonna do. What are you gonna do? So if somebody wasn't gonna do something, they better, you know what I'm saying, get it up. You know what I'm saying? Get on the right side of history. You know what I mean? Because it's apparent what's going on. Garvey told us to build our own schools way back in the day. Don't learn from our enemy. You know what I'm saying? And now we still crying because they shutting down schools and our kids not getting educated. You know what I'm saying? But they try to teach you that they take your third grade reading scores, you know what I'm saying, decide how many prisons you gonna build. So we setting our kids up for failure. You know what I'm saying? And so if we don't build our own, you know what I mean? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Because our people failing miserably, man, on every level. You know what I'm saying? And so without unity, we have nothing. We have nothing. So we hoping that raising this flag, you know what I'm saying, can remind people of the great legacy that we come from, you know what I'm saying, of the great people that came before us, and that they can show their greatness too. Don't be afraid to dim your light, you know what I'm saying, to make others, that, you know, that poem from Miriam, what's our deepest fear? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't dim your light to appease others. You know, shine your light bright so that you can make me want to shine my light bright. And that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna shine my light bright, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be the brightest star in the sky, man. You could be the brightest star in the sky, and we that black star, man. That black star that Garvey talked about. You know, yeah, we gotta unite. Peace, brother.
Peace, and Black Power.
Black power. How you doing?
Man, I'm all right, man. I'm hearing you run it down. Maybe want to pop my collar a little bit, you know. I mean, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
I'm
Yes, sir.
loving it, man. You know, I mean, bringing the knowledge to the people, man. That's what this is all about. And I know for me personally, Brother Jabari, man, you know, knowing that I can reach my hand, you know what I'm saying, across the country and link up, you know what I'm saying, with the brother from the West, man, this means a lot. You know, I mean, we got the brother from the East Coast on the ones and twos, brother Knowledge Born. You know, we're down in the South because the South got something to say. You know,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying, we see walking on the West, man. I mean, it's a beautiful thing that, you know, we understand that, you know what I'm saying, we one people with one aim and one goal, you know.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's a blessing to be amongst you brothers. It's a blessing that, you know, that we can actually be brothers and show the work. You know, people, you know, they talk about it, but you know, to put it on full display, that's something different.
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. You know, Garvey talked about science and technology. Teach your kids the best of it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we doing it right here with this right now, being an example of it, man. Because it's crazy to go struggle alone, man, when we get put it together, man. You know, I'm Muslim, so we fast, right? And so you think about going without eating all day, man. You think like I can't go 15 hours without eating, but that's when you by yourself, you do that. You know what I'm saying? When you see some other people not eating for 15 hours, you like, hey man, I could go a whole nother hour. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying, when you running that 100 mile, that RBG 100 mile challenge. You know what I'm saying? You know your brothers is running in Florida too. You know your brothers is running in the Bay too. I can't barely walk right now, man. It's because some of the comrades wanted to take stairs, and I'm like, man, I'm doing something different. He wanted to do the stairs, but I just jumped in the car. You know what I'm saying? With them stairs killed me, man. But if I don't get 100 miles, man, I'm gonna make them up next month. You know what I'm saying? Cause we can't be satisfied with falling short, brother.
No doubt about it. There's no opt-outs. You know, the work has to be done, you know, and how I look at it like this right here. I look at it a little differently. I don't have to see you to know you do it because I trust you. You
Uh,
did. So at the end of the day, you know, I know, you know what I'm saying, as a black man, I know you on your square and I know you're solid. So therefore, that's my motivation, you know.
right,
And
yes, sir.
like I said, you know the talkers, you know the doers, and my attraction has always been to the ones, you know, like you said, putting it on the line, you know, being boxed up by the unmarked cars and different things like that, because it's a telltale sign that you're doing the work. You know, we can sing all the beautiful songs and we can, you know, do all the little nice things, but who's doing the work? The work speaks for
Real.
itself. So, you know, that's the thing to me that makes me, you know, go. That's the thing to me that, you know, that I think was the muse of putting this together. You know, we can talk about Pan-Africanism. You know, we can read the books, but how does it look when we do it in the 21st century? You know,
Yeah,
look when we use their apparatus to do something we weren't supposed to do. Because remember, we're not supposed to be the organizers. We're not the one that's supposed to understand unity. But just like you said, speaking to the ones down in Costa Rica, you know, speaking to the ones in Philly, you know, going across the Atlantic, you know, that's something different that we're not supposed to do, but we did it anyways, in spite of, because again, we were given something, you know, 100 years ago that said, hey, you know, this is why we do it. This is what makes us family if we somehow forgot. You know,
yeah,
this is the thing that makes us brothers by bond if we don't necessarily want to recognize the blood. You dig? So to me, my how I look at it, I see two brothers, and when I say this, don't take this as a disrespect on the front to your religion, but you're my brother because you're my brother, not because you're Muslim. You know,
right, right.
told me you were Muslim, you were still gonna be my brother. You dig?
Yeah.
Because when I see you, I see a reflection of myself, and I dig on me, so I got to dig on you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Man, it's just ceremonies that I do that I feel to get better myself. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to down nobody else. I don't drink. But you know what I'm saying? If the brother want to have a couple, man, I'm not just a luxury. It's not my position. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get too educated and then we talk down on the people and then they don't come around no more. You know what I'm saying? When the lumpen proletarian probably the best, you know what I'm saying, ally that you have out there. You know what I'm saying? When the one that ain't gonna put on no beret and no leather coat and stand out there with you, but you be running from the police, they open up the back door, they hold a hammer for you, you know what I'm saying? Or they make sure your kids gonna be all right, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, man. The people is the people. Yeah, we raised first Garveyites, man. We raised first. They had everything in the UNIA. You know what I'm saying? They had everything in the Black Panther Party. You know what I'm saying? From atheists to Marxist Leninists. You know what I'm saying? To actual Garveyites. You know what I'm saying? So like, it ain't about that, man. It's about that plan. You know what I'm saying? One God, one aim, one destiny. What's that destiny gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what Garvey said. You know what I mean? If you look at people and their religion, that's a personal thing. He said, so then you have as many religions as you have people in this world. You know what I'm saying? That's between you and your creator. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir. But I do believe in revolutionary, you know what I'm saying, theology. You know what I'm saying? So look at the situation with the Mau Maus. You know what I'm saying? They believe that the ancestors would curse them if they didn't fight for the land. You know what I'm saying? So you go straight to heaven if you fight for the land and die. But if you win the land, you get so many blessings from the ancestors. And so we got to believe in things like that. And that's something that's in Islam that I incorporate. That if you die fighting for the oppressed, then you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna be judged. God gonna forget about all of the bad stuff you did. So that worked for me. But whatever worked for you though, to make you organize the people, to make you, you know what I'm saying, be a higher moral character, you know what I'm saying, and push this and think about the next generation, you know what I'm saying, because we do so much stuff that they see and we tell them to do something else, but they see what we do, you know what I'm saying, and they emulate what they see, not what we telling them.
Right. Well, I mean, goes. What did Huey say? We learned about observation and participation.
Yes, sir.
It's funny when you said the proletariat, because I mean the lumpen proletariat, because brother knowledgeable, remember I brought the lumpen proletariat in our last interview. So I mean, trust me, we on one accord, and I 100% agree with you. Like I said, at the end of the day, people like to diss Christianity, but you don't get no more Christian than the immortal prophet in that term. Because the way he interpreted the word, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit different. We like to say different little side comments about African spirituality, but the African spirituality that was used down on the island of Haiti, you know what I'm saying, to whoop on 3 European hordes, you don't get no more African than that. So it, like you said, it's what fits you and what can bring you that revolutionary consciousness so we can move further and closer to sovereign liberation. That's what it's all about, and I think that what you're talking is what more of us need to understand. What you're living is what more of us need to understand. It's like, listen, I can respect you as a man. I ain't no proselytizer. I don't need to convince you to eat how I eat. You know what I'm saying? Walk how I walk. For us to sit there. You dig? As long as we can be respectful, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And I think
as long as you can shoot how I shoot.
There you go.
That's where we defer.
All
that other shit. Okay, as long as you can shoot how I shoot when it's time to shoot, and who I'm shooting at, you shooting in the same direction.
Man,
that's where it really. That's why this is Black August, because everybody else don't qualify. They have other things that are there, and we need them doing those other things because they do them well. So when you come here, if you can shoot like I shoot, or better, cut where I cut, liberate how I liberate, or better, we good to go.
Yes,
that's our politics. The thing that unites us, look at this real quick. Let me just say this, and I get out the way. Look, the thing that unites us across the globe is our resistance and our commitment to resistance. So y'all name the Mau Mau's. You understand? Y'all name all of these groups. Maroons. You know, our brothers and sisters in Haiti. So all of those politics, the thing that was a unifier for all of those people, because they had different religious beliefs, spiritual inclinations, all of that, was the liberation of our people. That was the grand unifier. They spoke different tongues, all of that. They might have been beefing. Alias might been Mendika. You understand what I'm saying? And I might have been from another tribe, and we had beef. We had funk on sight because we was caught up in tribalism.
Yeah.
And then the tribalism became the liberation of our people.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That became our tribe. That became our thriving force. You know, Book my daddy was a Muslim just like you. I taught Islam for 20 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he called on something that was a grand unifier for everybody. And anybody who didn't want to fucking unify, guess where they was at? They was where them alligators was. They was a fucking snack for the alligators. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's a grand unifier in every tradition. You know, we got a heaven and a hell for a reason. Heaven is liberation. Hell is what you go through to get it. You understand? So in that space and frame, we come in the same name. This is how we here together. Because if our politics wasn't the same as far as our goal for African people, we wouldn't have no fucking conversation. You see what I'm saying? So we all read George and understand what George said. We all read Jonathan and understand what Jonathan said. That's why we here. We ain't read George and say, oh, maybe he's inferring about something other than count me amongst the broken men. You see what I'm saying? There's no misinterpretation about that. So this is what Kwame Ture was talking about, where everything is a political organization down to your family. There's no conversations about that. And he gave the examples because he know we hella religious, but we really spiritual. So he went the hella religious route and said, ain't no Christians talking about whether or not Jesus died for their sins. That shit there's no question about that. Ain't no Muslims at the mosque on Friday or in the masjid at Jummah prayer talking about whether or not Jesus is our personal Lord and Savior. This is how succinct we are in regards to what's in front of us. So now, you can have this, you can have that, you can have this, you can have that. Where are you for your people? Where are you for the sanctity of the African family and the continuation of our liberation struggle towards reaching the goal? That's our measuring stick.
Yeah.
So all of that is necessary. All of it comes from us. However, we can't lose sight of the goal. And if, whatever it is,
African liberation.
right, that shit drives you to move towards liberation. I need you to ask your personal Lord and Savior. I need you to ask the creator of all. I need you to be able to go to the graveyard and dig a motherfucker up and do what we need to do, because we need all of it. We need all of it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We need all of it. We need revolutionaries that know how to fast, because if they fast, we in a situation where there ain't no food, we ain't worried. We ain't about to give shit up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
I need somebody who got the discipline to be able to pray 5 times a day, because he know or she knows how to cut that shit off. Cut it off. You need to be able to cut it off, to contemplate, to go into a space, to come out with an answer that we need. You understand what I'm saying? So all of these principles that are there, whether it's fasting, whether it's charity, all of those things bring you closer to your people. All these things bring you closer to your people. And if you don't have it, you just out here. You a cat with juju. And you don't give a fuck who you use juju for. You see what I'm saying? You don't give a fuck who you use juju for. If your mind ain't right, if you ain't got that kind of discipline. So all of these things go together. So instead of you cutting up that black boy for our liberation, you cutting up that black boy to kill us all. You understand what I'm saying? So it's there. And this is where these things come together. And Black August is the perfect time to do it because you have so many examples of what was already done. Now the question is, what are you going to do?
Yes, sir.
What are
Yes,
you
sir.
going to do? Are you going to be counted amongst the broken men? And broken men is universal. So we ain't just talking about brothers. We saying broken people. Because we exist in the space of I am because we are. So we bring that to every facet of what we do. You know what I mean? So this is the point and parcel where we become the grand unifiers and the grand disqualifiers because if you don't fucking qualify, you disqualify. Kwame Ture said we'll talk to him. We'll spend our time with him. You know, Bob Ali spent hours out of the day, hours away from his family and time to do what we doing to get the stuff organizing together and make it feel seamless. You know, you get with people. You give them the mission statement. You give them the vision. You give them the goals. You understand what I'm saying? And they might look at it. But if they ain't moving toward it, you might nudge them again. Say, hey, bro, hey, sis, this is what we got going. At the end of that statement, Kwame Ture say, there won't be no discord in the Black community. It'll just be people getting offed. You understand what I'm saying? That's the last part because what you say and you do must be congruent. So if they have not pledged allegiance on this side in measurable action, what the fuck else are you going to do with them? Exile don't work because exile can be a situation where somebody come back stronger to take you the fuck out.
That's right.
Right there.
So
exile don't always work. I tell you,
you see how Haile Selassie had to do. You see what Haile Selassie did. He called a meeting with all of the people. He was like, which of y'all think that we should go to war to fight this? You know what I'm saying? And then so everybody raised their hand. The other one said we didn't. So he was like, y'all go to the other room. Had them executed. Then the next room he said, well, who's afraid to go to war? You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? And then so some people said they executed them. So everybody was left. He said, all right, we about to go. It's time now. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's the same thing with Harriet Tubman. You know what I'm saying? They said that when she used to run people out, she'd turn around with her shotgun and say, if you go back to slavery, I kill you myself. Because you know what I'm saying? They're gonna go back and jeopardize everybody. And we got so many of our people who's doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? I was tripping how Condoleezza Rice
this where freedom of death
went
come
to the
from.
same school.
Right. Huh? This where freedom of death come from. You see what I'm saying? So if you got that, if you got a patch, you got that on your patch, under your patch, that's where it come from. You see what I'm saying? It's age old. It's age old. Nat understood it. Gabriel Prosser understood it. David Walker understood it. They all understood it. You see what I'm saying? Mark Beasley understood it. Everybody understood it. They understood it was freedom or death. And there ain't no death for an African. So they sat aside some people and said, y'all got to live so we can come back through y'all. But it's going to be hell. But on the other side of the hell is right. You see what I'm saying? You're going to come out that situation right. Because we coming back through y'all. And you see our youth. You see us, you see our youth. So if we not in this right trajectory for them to get caught up in this whirlwind, it was all for naught. We're not going to be another one and done, generation. We refuse. So this is how we standing on the vanguard for the future. This is what this is about. It ain't for aggrandizement. It ain't for, esteem and credit. It's for our future generations so we don't repeat cycles. So if we Garveyites, we understood that the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, peace be upon him, said, he who does not take a lesson from history is doomed to repeat it. And to fast forward right here, Baba and Wally Bawani Baruti said, there's nothing that is written in any of our texts in regards to African people that said that black people can't be enslaved again.
That's right.
And we are all that stands in its fucking way. You understand? So if it ain't us, it ain't us. So we understand. And Our enemies are making concessions too to put you back to sleep.
That's right.
They are Constantining out here. So we got to be wise to deception and see, things for what they are and not for what they appear to be. That's what understanding is. See things clearly for what they are and not for what they appear to be.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm afraid, man. That they gonna hijack all the energy that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? With this taking down statues and getting rid of Confederate flags. We don't care about their flag. We got our own
Right.
flag. You know what I'm talking about? So like, you know what I mean? We just got to keep pushing the people, man, to push this energy in the right way. Because you know what I mean? The masses just follow what's popular, but we got to be the vanguard. You know what I mean?
Right. So we didn't hit an hour. So we're gonna wrap this thing up. So if you got closing remarks, you got shout outs, let everybody know where to find you, and give them one more push towards this conference that's happening next weekend. Because
Oh,
we here. It's next weekend. It's about to be going down. We already in it.
real. Oh yeah, man. RB tell me 100 years in the whirlwind, man. It's going down, man. Y'all already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? But I did forget to mention, you know what I'm saying, August 21st here in Oakland, you know what I'm saying? The day of the gun, man. We shutting down the port of Oakland, you know what I'm saying, with the help of the ILWU, you know what I'm saying, honoring George Jackson that day, you know what I mean? And the day after is August 22nd is the day Huey P. Newton was assassinated on. So, you know what I mean? We're gonna be pushing it. We've been at a park called Mosswood Park, you know what I mean, every Sunday, feeding the people, giving out literature and education, you know what I'm saying, even with our mask on, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, this 100 years in the whirlwind. I joined the UNIA-ACL in 2015, you know what I mean, got my charter. And for 4 years, I've been waiting for this. For 4 years, I've been waiting for this, and I thought it was gonna be destroyed by COVID. And you brothers right here have just made a way for the people, man. When it was no way, like it was dead. Like we don't have like lifelong Garveyites throwing this on. You know what I'm saying? We got yeah, brothers of understanding. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like it's you know what I'm saying. People that's been yelling Marcus Garvey for the last 50 years, and you know what I'm saying. It's beautiful to see that you know what I mean. It's another generation that's gonna keep pushing the name. You know what I'm saying, to keep things alive. You know what I mean, because them old folks they just suffer so much oppression that they kind of scared to move on. You know what I'm saying? So like the youth don't have nothing to lose, but they change. And so if they don't see somebody to look like them, telling them, you know what I'm saying, what's up? They're gonna be like me when I was a youth, when I felt like I was on the island. You know what I'm saying? But right now, when they see all these people in this room, when they see this, man, it got to bring back the hearts and the minds of people. And everybody that missed it is gonna be sick with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like this bigger than the 100 million man march. You know what I'm saying right now? Because you know what I'm saying, we organized for something that we could do. We're not just chanting it at white folks to help us or save us. We organizing with us, for us, by us, man. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful right now. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for the invite. You know what I'm saying? Allow me to speak because I'm just little me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a big sea. It's a big sea of knowledge out there that needs to be exposed. Yep, yep. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, so shout the social media out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, for those people that's out here that's listening or will listen, that might want to get down with a formation that's real. That ain't playing no damn games out here. The Black Riders Liberation Party. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's my fam right there.
yes,
That's
sir.
my
Yes, sir.
fam right there.
Yeah, man. I didn't check with the Minister of Public Relations to see if I should give his number straight out on this, but I can't be hit. You know what I'm saying? Music is my weapon. 223 at Gmail. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Facebook, Jabari Shaw, and Marcus Garvey Book Club on Facebook. Um, yeah, man. I wish I had the comrade. You know what I'm saying? People don't memorize telephone numbers nowadays. It's in my phone. I can't really throw out the contact, but maybe we could add it to the post later on. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's that time. You know what I'm saying? We can I cuss on this one? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
hell yeah, let that
You
shit
know what
out.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
We not fucking around, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So you to see what they did in Georgia. They wouldn't have arrested them crackers, man, if that didn't happen. 10 years ago, I was at Stone Mountain. I was thinking about doing the same thing, but it was only me. So I'm just so, man, I'm so proud, man. You know what I'm saying? We just came off of the 400 years anniversary, you know what I'm saying? 400 years of slavery. So, man, if you believe in prophecy, it's that time, man. It's 100 years of the world, man. But I don't want to say speechless, but I'm just so excited, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's it. This is it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be on the right side of history. You know what I mean? I can't wait.
That's real. We appreciate you coming through, Conrad. And we'll
Yes,
see
sir.
you next week.
All right. Power to the people.
Out to the people's Black Power. Baba Alex.
It's that time. It's that time. It's go time. It's go time.
Right.
I hope the people just felt brother Jabari's energy, because his energy is the mood of, I think, everybody that's building on this thing. Brother Bo, where you at, man? Go ahead and clock in. But this
Delinquent.
but this thing right here, man, like brother Jabari said, this infectious. This is our spiritual month. We have 31 days to get busy. And I know we just focusing in on the 14th through the 16th to get caught up in the whirlwind, but man, oh man, oh man. This thing is going to be, it's bigger than us. You did? It's bigger than us, because we're coming in about 40 deep, but that's only in the flesh. Because spiritually, what I'm saying, we got a gang of Africans with us that's rocking. So this thing is going to be a success. This thing is going to be, the something to be remembered. This is us actually writing the history. When you feel this thing open up, and you feel this thing just begin to explode, and it just grows, and you just like, you think you're gonna be able to take a break, and then boom, you got another, electrifying, breakout room. Then boom, you got the, you got the Harriet shotgun release party. Then you like, okay, I'm gonna sleep in. Then boom, we hit you first thing in the morning with, Mama Yabaru. Then right after Mama Ya, you don't get no break. We come in with Field African Radio. Then we come with more breakout rooms. Then more breakout rooms. Then we back to the basics. Then it's Q Butter, and Brother Jabari. Then you try to get you some rest, but that African spirit gonna be moving. It's gonna be moving all inside you. I think it's gonna be hard for people to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Well, like it's like Mayafa Sankova said, it's looming in the bosom of the sea. And it's gonna be that African spirit, man, that's going to be awakened, but it's going to be awakened to do the work. I don't know if I told you that, brother, but I've returned to work. I teach. I've told you that I teach. And man, there's so many different changes going on here in Florida that is crazy. And it was an honor to be able to organize, with my brothers and my sisters, to provide something for, our babies that will be able to resist against the fuckery that's coming out of damn Tallahassee, where I'm at. These motherfuckers told us initially we can do what we wanted to do for us doing e-learning, which is the teachers either from home or from the classroom spitting it out through some electronic device, whether it be Zoom, whatever, right? So then they said, well, if you do that, you got to offer, a face-to-face option, or you could do virtual. So when they take it all over. So then, they said, nah, you got to go back to school. So then the school board sat down, say, we're going to have a meeting. And they had a meeting on Thursday, said, hey, listen, this is what we want you to do. We're going to take the first 4 weeks and there's going to be no face-to-face. The virus is real. The virus is real. Crackers told us, say, listen, that shit y'all playing is illegal. And if you try not to go face-to-face, Y'all ain't getting no money for nothing. So me and my wife, we don't give down no ways. You did, because our babies, our physical babies, they ain't going back to the building no ways. But it's just so many others that we provided a space that people can come to and get this resistance education. If you have not been to www.dtc1.org, you are failing your family. You don't give a damn about your babies. I'm going to take it a step further, because at the end of the day, you're dependent upon another people to provide the things that you know you and your family should provide for you and yours. And you're dealing with somebody who is a historical enemy, who is totally 100% vested in your destruction. I'm going to take it a step further, your extirpation. That means they want to pull you up by the roots and make sure that you are thrown into oblivion. I don't understand that thinking. You have people who have done the work. They have built the institutions for you. They have codified the curriculum for you. They have put it in a way and packaged they can disseminate it so that your children will learn on the highest level, so they can tap into their truest African potential virtually. You got schools in Chicago. You got schools in Louisiana. You got schools in Belize. You got schools in New York. You got schools in Atlanta. You got schools in South Carolina. African Centered Home School, Ekabin Institute, Freedom Home Academy, Kamali Academy, Uhuru Academy, South Carolina location. And I for the life of me, I can't pronounce Cuba school, but it's spelled X.
Zyx.
What is it?
Zyx Institute.
Zyx?
Yeah, Zyx.
Zyx Institute. You have all these different African-centered hubs of beautiful, scholastic, and educational magnificence, blacknificence, that are prepared for you, black men and black women, and your black babies. The fact that we don't have people trying to beat down the door to get into the whirlwind for that facet alone. Now, we're going to touch on every area of people activity, but for that facet alone, I'm on the front lines. Just on CNN the other day, Washington State said, listen, we sending all the little niggers back to school. I said niggers. And we're going to see what happened to them first before we send the Europeans to school. There's a book written by a Jew called Jonathan Koval called Savage Inequalities. This was written back in the 70s and 80s, and it talked about the disparity in funding and different things that go into the schools that we attend that are theirs and what goes into their schools. And how, like in St. Louis, they'll have sewage and all these kind of things going to school, but the children sad to go to school. Now you got something worse than sewage. You got something you can't see that will kill you dead. And yet still, we just lining the babies up. Go ahead, baby. Put on your the cocoa butter and the Vaseline on your face. Take Miss McGillicuddy's apple and go ahead in. We're leading our children as lambs to the slaughter because we don't want to pay $45. $45 ain't going to me. I promise you it ain't African people. But answer this. If you have 45 hours and you pay $45, that's $1 per hour. Tell me where you're going to get master level education that is globally being disseminated to you for that. See, we invest in those things we want. We invest in those things that matter. That's why the Jews have yeshiva. That's why the Catholics have Notre Dame. That's how the Mormons have Brigham Young, and so on down the line. We're quick to say, well, we don't need 100 years in the whirlwind because we have HBCUs. HBCUs are nothing but PWI South. Because if those things were instituting African social theory, if these things were truly giving an African-centered consciousness to their students, they wouldn't exist. Because the philanthropists that make those schools run and the government are both European. You said something. You said, Kwame Ture said that at the end of the day, there's nothing that guarantees that we will exist into perpetuity, except us. I keep bringing it up, and I found evidence to back my claim, brother Knowledge Born. You know, I keep saying, what are we going to do when China calls America to the table for that debt? That's a declaration of war, because America does not have $6 trillion in nominal resource to back that debt. So it's clearly going to be a declaration of war. So where do we fit in that conversation? There's always evidence. The ancestors always talk to you. There's something called I believe it's called the One Belt, One Trail Initiative, where China is going into places investing money, giving money to poor countries or countries in general, and they know they can't pay and they take it over. Guess what has happened at? Do you know what has happened at? It just happened too.
Where?
In Zambia. Zambia owed China $16 billion. Couldn't pay it. Look it up. Couldn't pay it. Now China basically owes Zambia because 44 to 55% of the national debt that Zambia had was owed that was owed to China. They couldn't pay it. Now China owns Zambia. So Zambia has become China West. So what's going to happen? That means you're going to have African people thinking, dreaming, aspiring to be whatever it is they want to be in Mandarin now. You already got us jacked up. You dig? You know, if you have Africans thinking as Englishmen and Frenchmen, now we're going to be, thinking like, rice eaters. Did you see it? Did you see it? So these are the things that we have to be thinking about. And this is kind of thinking we have to do. Nation building requires that you fight at the same time. You can't just be talking, well, I'm nation building, I'm building this beautiful institution, or I'm building this beautiful community, and you stop fighting. First of all, a sovereign people never stop fighting, because unless you totally get rid of your enemy. African people, I don't know if we're ready for that type of final solution. So that means the further we get to sovereign liberation, the harder we're going to have to fight. The example of it is, what did the Euros do here? When they were building things like the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and all those other things, they were still laying down redcoats. That's a fact. They were building and fighting simultaneously. When we say we want to build something, we stop fighting. That's how they're able to take Rosewood. That's how they're able to take Black Wall Street. And all those different examples, because we think that Euros do well with fractions, and they don't. History has shown that. So if you want to secure the liberation, the sovereignty of you and your children, you continue to fight, but you got to know what to fight. You have to have the resistance education, and this is what this is providing. You can't go to other people and expect them to teach you and your children anything. The Prussian system is not for Africans, unless you're Prussian, and I don't know no Prussian Africans. That don't even sound right. The system is designed. I know it because I taught in it for 16 years. I have an advanced degree in it. For the Prussian system is designed. You go in it for 13 years. It's designed to divorce the child from its familiar bonds and marry it to the state. So they can take all that ingenuity, all that brilliance, and the state uses it. If you take everything Africans have built, designed, created, patent here in America, and you remove us and it, America goes back to horse and carriage. That's a fact. I'm not making none of this up. But how can a child know that it's supposed to do for self and kind if it doesn't have its right mind intact? But how can he or she have its right mind intact if we send it to someone else to so-called educate it? Educate, educar, bring out, bring forth. But as I bring out, I'm going to bring out the most derogatory and negative things I can so that it will be in service to me. So we got to, like you said, brother, we have to make the decision on who we want to be. We have to support those things that matter to us most. In my opinion, in my honest opinion as a Black man, 100 years in a whirlwind is just not a celebration. And if you think that, you're wrong. This is something that you're going to be provided with tools so that you can make better decisions for you and your family. Not you, but everybody else that's watching this cast. Because that's what this is about. You're sitting at the feet of teachers, not entertainers. We left it like brother Knowledge Born said, if you didn't qualify, you was disqualified. So we left the entertainers at home. We left the showmen at home. We brought the workers in. We brought the teachers. We brought the protectors of the culture in so they can do their best work. You dig? So that's what this is about. This is a time to come together and work, collective work. We can't do this individually. And at the end of the day, we can't be fringe because the warriors got to be up front. Bomani means warrior. He didn't take that name, by mistake. He's letting you know up front, the vanguard and the warriors are the healers of the people. That's what it is. So if you have not gotten your admission, you're wrong. And if you got your admission and you didn't share, the link with your family, friends, cousins, and loved ones, you double wrong. So go ahead and fix that wrong. Head over to www.dtc1.org and make sure you're ready to rock out. During the process of us educating, we're going to make sure that we move in your spirit. African insurrection is going to be all through the building, the whole weekend. Black power, manhood, rap. Something you can feel good about. I know everybody been talking about the WAP and all that kind of stuff. It ain't that type of party. Because we ain't going to, at the end of the day, I'm just one more tangent. I'll let you go. This is the thing I don't understand. We sit here and debate things as if Jews, this thing didn't pass around the white so-called Jews' hands a million times, but he said, this is exactly what they need. These people don't make mistakes. They don't just put up haphazard art. You dig? That video serves of a specific purpose to aid into our degradation. Period, point blank. But these brothers I know called United Front, they coming to build you up. They coming to step on your toes, look in your eyes, smell your breath, and tell you, hey, man, we got work to do. But sister, I love you. Brother, I love you. Now get your goddamn ass up and go to work. So therefore, head on over to www.dtc1.org. Make sure you're there, black man. Make sure you're there, black woman. Make sure you got your babies there with you. We're going to party. We're going to learn. We're going to educate. We're going to motivate. We're going to inspire to move forward. Those Africans on screen right there, they're ready to get that blacknificent work in. And if by some happenstance you ain't got your ticket yet, you better go ahead and head over www.D as in David Walker, T as in Thomas Sankora, C as in Colin Ferguson, and the .org. Peace, Black Power. A B.P. for Hodier. Grab the heaters with no delay.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them that in front. Yeah. Now we gonna tell them that in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get back to the reading
best developed by recognizing the common enemy.
Black people are afraid of the tremendous power that the races are flexing. And it's a matter of overestimation of the power that race America has, and that the underestimation of our own strength. But a time will come when black people will rise up like a mighty storm or a hurricane, sweeping all evil, gentry, and corrupt officials into their graves. And nothing will be able to hold this force back because it will be so swift.
We like the 89 earthquake, 7.0, spit a verse to make the earth shake. Natural disaster, volcanic eruption, magma, reducing these cats to ashes like overkill to the maximum. Scientific reaction, unbalanced with shifted axes. My tectonic plates and clashing, cause the massive same reaction. Shake the earth's surface, Armageddon, like the Quranic verses. Prophesize the coming of the enemy, Islamic service. My magnitude is split the concrete. Ain't the forces My man can stop me from kicking off a tsunami. Our competition can body we something that you cannot see. We like volcanoes spewing lava when we drop heat. Banging on these Nazis, me and Evie rock beats. Us unconscious rappers is like Stalin versus Trotsky. Our monsoon with 100-foot waves. We kicking ass and taking names, making them back to state evacuate.
Can't stop, 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 won't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, won't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Elizabeth disastrous, anti-establishment, wreaking massive havoc on capitalist fascist bastards, causing major damage to management, manufacturing, post-traumatic flash on spasm. I'm getting active. From phone stores to moratoriums, I'm going hard, low guard like I'm on the boat, y'all. Oh Lord, we wash everything away like tidal waves. Black riders, revolutionary, suicidal, man. We want this Garvey whirlwind. We will win. We kill shit to build shit to the world end. Tornadoes, hurricanes, typhoons influencing the youth with the music flooding like monsoons. I'm monsoon with war moves. I won't lose. I wreck your home like the retro storms. I go from flaming hot to extra cold. We the weather used for weapons and war. Let's go. Can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop.
Fuck imperialism, fuck white supremacy, black power, bloodbath, the land shower, very hour. Coward, can't stop, won't stop. Too black, too strong.